7 billion eggs per year. As you can see, there are many different types of eggs, but many ways to prepare them. How do you like yours?
I like scrambled eggs because I can't cook to save my life, and they seem like they're the easiest way to eat eggs.
I love eggs. I usually eat a hard-boiled egg every morning for breakfast, but if I had my choice, it's going to be one of two ways. I'm going to soft boil an egg, so just put the egg in the water, let it boil. As soon as it's boiled, pulling it off and then pulling the egg out, which is delicious with a little salt. Or scrambled with truly an insane amount of cheese, just way too much cheese. That's how I like mine.
So my wife cooks a lot, and I learned from her that eggs taste better when they're not killed. So I actually cook it in the microwave. But what happens is you add a little cream or like milk along with some cheese with scrambled. I mean, you beat the eggs and beat all that together. In 30-second increments, you want to beat it again. And you do it for like, I don't know, a couple minutes. But every 30 seconds you want to do that. And it comes out perfect. It's amazing.
What is my favorite egg? I'm not a big breakfast fan. I do prefer scrambled eggs, but they got to be cooked right. No hard scramble. It's got to be on and off heat, fluffy, seasoned right. That's how I like my eggs.
I like my eggs over easy because I learned how to do them as a short line chef when I worked at Granville Cafe at UNC Chapel Hill.
My name is Dennis McNair, and I just want to let you know I love my eggs scrambled well, just like my grandmother. But you can take the grits and scramble it in with the eggs, and it is delicious. Thank you.
My favorite way to eat eggs is poached.
My favorite way to eat eggs is in a frittata.
My favorite way is scrambled.
Okay, so eggs are actually my favorite food. I've been obsessed with eggs my entire life. Once I ate 8 eggs in one sitting, like popcorn. I scrambled them and we were watching movies and I ate the eggs like popcorn. I was an egg for Halloween 2 years in a row in high school. It's just became like people started making fun of me because I liked eggs so much, and they were like, oh, like all you eat is eggs. And so I just kind of embraced it and I became weird about them. So the main way I eat eggs is I just do them like over easy because it's the easiest way to cook them. But my favorite way to eat eggs is poached. I like a good poached egg. Yeah.
I like my eggs over easy with toast, black bean hummus, salsa, and avocado.
Welcome everybody to our 3rd episode, I believe, Smoking Pot.
Yeah.
Today we got something special for you. As you heard some of the people explaining before the show came on about the different ways they like eggs. So I guess you know we're gonna do eggs.
Really? That's what we're doing today?
I believe it's eggs, sir.
Oh, I had no idea that's what we're doing today. For some reason I thought we were cooking steak.
Steak, it's all the same. It's all the same. So what today we want to do is Brandon here is going to show you his favorite way to do eggs.
There's so many different ways to do eggs. Let's keep go probably for almost a whole blown day. How many different style eggs between your American, your French, Japanese, you got poached, fried. The list could just go on.
Right.
How many eggs I would eat a day. Eggs is probably one of my favorite things, especially as a chef. That's like saying you're ready to a chef. It's like, man, eggs are just they're fucking delicious. They are just so good. It's just, I don't know, something simple. There's something about the flavor and how much skill it really takes to make a good egg.
True.
Because ain't a real cook cook a good egg. A great chef can cook a phenomenal egg, no matter what the situation is. Okay, let me make egg, boom, do it. A good chef, a real good chef, Wolfgang Puck, that's what he does for any cook that comes to any of these restaurants all over the world. Mm-hmm. Is even his own catering company is that the hiring process starts with, all right, you got an interview? Okay, let's come in the kitchen, make me an omelet. You got this amount of time, make me an omelet. He tastes it, him or whoever chef tastes it, you like it, you're hired pretty much. Because that shows the skill. Because timing is everything with the egg.
Right.
From the moment heat, the timeliness, you put the egg in there, there's so much that goes into it. It really could go on for hours. I could spiel for hours about egg and the timeliness and everything, but
So one of the things we want to do with the show is that we want to have a balance of showing you the culinary way of doing things, you know, because that's always good to have that skill. And also we're going to have another balance of showing you a fun way or a quick way of doing things for those who are novice. So we want to have that good balance of showing you things. And so like what Brandon explained about eggs is so important. So we're going to go into our favorite ways or our ways we like eggs and our experience with eggs. Take it away, Brandon.
Alright. Yeah, for me, eggs, I can eat that every day of the week. I could, but I don't because I don't have the time. But for me, like, my favorite style of eggs is probably the Japanese way because that probably has so much technique. You're learning, you're in medium heat, you add your butter and you melt it. You obviously whisk your eggs.
Right.
You pour it in, you're whisking it. And pretty much it's about like 50% cooked. So pretty much the middle is like has that nice scramble look.
Right.
And then you're folding it. You're rolling the omelet. And usually you serve it over fried rice. You place it so during that time it's cooking through the rolling process. So it's about like pretty much about 95%. So it's still a little runny.
Right.
Because everyone likes a little bit of runny. Most people, not everyone.
Not everybody. Well, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, then you place it on your plate with the fried rice and you cut it open and splits open. So it's like a tiny bit runny, but in the middle it has that nice like scramble. So it's like an omelet, but it's not an omelet. It's an omelet and a scramble combined together. That's probably one of my favorite. Then, you know, I love a good eggs Benedict. Ain style, you know, you can have a nice andouille with crab in it. I really do love that Benny, because every time I go to breakfast place, I always think, okay, do they have Benedict?
Right.
Then I see, okay, they got this in it. I gotta have this with a buttermilk brisket. All right, you got me. Because that's something I like to do a lot is I would make a buttermilk biscuit, with a nice andouille sausage. So like you're getting like those similar flavors. You got that pork flavor because of Canadian ham, and then you got that. I use duck egg because to me it's a lot more flavorful. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it. And I always would do that and fresh hollandaise and, you know, crab cake. Because why not? Because I love seafood and I'm a New Yorker. So, New Yorker.
He's from Jersey, y'all. He's from Jersey.
Don't start with that Jersey.
He's from Jersey.
No, for me that's I love a lot. But over time, you know, I don't have to put everything around me that I can be able to do that all the time. Right. But I do once in a while making that at home. But something for me I make all the time is scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs is my go-to dish. And, you know, because I love scrambled eggs and then I love steak. Because who doesn't love steak? Minus this guy here. I love eggs and steak. To me, I'm like, let's make a dish together with scrambled eggs and steak. And I love toast.
Yeah, I love toast.
Because, you know, it's kind of it kind of comes to get important to come together with that. So that today I'm gonna show you like a real fun dish that I've came up with over time that I do every so often at home, and as well like some of the techniques I learned how to make that scrambles. I actually learned from watching the show MasterChef, and believe it or not, from the show MasterChef with Gordon Ramsay. The way I saw him make that scrambled eggs, it blew my mind because I was like, no way it's gonna be that much better. And then as soon as I started making it at home, I was like, holy crap, this is straight up the best idea I've ever heard. So ever since then, I've been making scrambled eggs that way. And then I just said, I love toast steak. Let's put that all together in a dish. Nothing can go wrong with that. There's some other ingredients I put in it that we're not doing today because you don't have it every day at home.
Right,
like me, I put duck fat in it.
Oh, that's you make marijuana eggs.
No.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, this is a family show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I sometimes I put a little bit of hint of duck fat in it because you can never go wrong with a little bit of fat in your eggs. And like my steak, I usually would like to use Wagyu beef, which is the highest grade possible, the best grade possible for steak. like the marbling in it is like.
So explain to people what marbling is.
Right. So marbling is the fat content in the beef. It's like how good quality is. The better quality is, the more it's gonna shine. So Wahoo, you can see it's like white, like these giant specks of white throughout that meat. It's so expensive because traditionally it was all done in Japan, but now it's starting to make a lot more its way into America. It's a lot more known now. But most restaurants you got them choices. You got Prime, Choice, Select. Select's the worst grade to get. Never buy that. It's just gonna, you know, that's like for pretty much like frozen meat. For me, it's just right.
It's like steak 'em.
Yeah. Choice is where you're gonna get most times anywhere really. Like restaurants, most common restaurants will have Choice. I'll do a little more higher end. We'll have Prime. Prime's delicious. You know, it's the marbling's there. It's like the more like it's expensive, but it's worth the price. Not compared to Wahoo. Wahoo is like the most expensive. Because for me, I could get Wahoo at a lot of the Asian markets because they sell very thinly sliced, and that's how I like to when I use it and stuff. So yeah, so for me, eggs go way back though. For me, I always eat eggs when I was a kid. I just loved it. Anytime, no matter where I go, I always get eggs. Actually, I'm from New York, so I love bacon, egg, and cheese. So, in a way, it's similar, like a nice little twist on a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Right.
Because, being a Yankee, as you Southerners call it, yeah, eggs are just, like, in my blood. I just love it. Like, and another thing I'm working on that we're doing future episodes, we're going to make popcorn grits with a poached egg.
Okay.
But I can't tell much about it now because you gotta wait and find out.
Now for me, when I was an egg-eating person, I love eggs because it's so versatile. You know, so many things you can do with eggs. But one of my favorite was I always like an open-faced frittata. The reason why
frittata, come on, don't get me started with frittata.
And
frittatas are delicious.
And the reason why I love the open-faced frittata is because I love the different things you can put in it and create with it. And you know, and it's easier for people that don't know how, that's not good at folding. You don't have to worry about folding. And what I like to do with mine is I turn the broiler on, and I just kind of get my ingredients going. And even once the eggs start to form, stick it on the broiler, it puffs up, and got that cheese on there. And it's
what kind of cheese you like to do?
Well,
I know you like to use that vegan stuff, but
we're talking about before I was a vegan. Okay. Of course I like traditional with the cheddar. And then I like Gouda. I like Gruyere.
Gruyere is good.
Oh my God, I just love cheese. I love cheese. That was one of the hardest things for me to give up as a vegan. Sometimes I would throw 4 or 5 different cheeses in there.
Well, more cheese is always the better.
But
that depends your combo. But
that's true.
Yeah, because I'm a big cheese guy.
But I'm not a big sharp cheese guy. You know, it's okay. I like it when it's mixed with something to kind of give another a different dimension and flavor. But I'm not a big sharp cheese guy.
I love all cheeses. Bacon and cheese. So this dish really came together for me is I combine all those different styles. So I combine scrambled eggs, steak and eggs, and bacon, egg, and cheese all into one kind of dish. So what we have here, we have local beef. As you can tell, it's a Choice. You can tell from the marbling, it's nice and thin. Anytime you're making this kind of dish, you want it like a nice thin steak. Nice and thin. You could buy like a nice tenderloin, slice it nice and thin. That works. That's probably good too. You know, it's flavorful as hell. So what we had to go do is here, we're gonna get some really nice sear, beautiful color on it. Before we get into steak and everything, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this dish. So anyway, this is my open-faced bacon, egg, and cheese. Instead of bacon, we're using steak because I love steak. And today for the bread, we're gonna be using sourdough. The reason why we're using sourdough is because it has that little bit more yeast flavor to it, and it's delicious. You can get sourdough at any bakery, any supermarket. Personally, if I were you, go to like any bakery that will have it, and most times it's gonna be still warm, so it's got, it just came out of not too long ago. But for this case, yeah, this is basic brand, nothing fancy. It doesn't need to be fancy. It's at the end of the day, it's gonna be sourdough's delicious bread, and that's what we're gonna do with this. So we have that. We have butter, salt, pepper, and 2 eggs. So the first thing we're gonna do is start the process. This is a big pan. Is the eggs. So we're gonna start the process with the eggs, and then we're gonna go into process of toasting the bread. So because you always got toasted bread. No one wants soggy bread. First of all, it's nasty. You don't want bread like flopping all over the place, or when you're going to eat it, it's just falling apart. Even though that's always good, but when it comes to not toasting a bread, that's the worst fault ever. All right, let me tell you that right now. You'll never catch me eating that. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna 2 eggs. You could go. I could say you can get any size of grade egg, small eggs, duck eggs, quail. You can do any kind of egg if you want. But today we're just gonna do regular grade A eggs. We're gonna just crack them in there, just like that. You don't have to do this with my hand. I have a lot of experience. So another thing you can do is crack it just like this. Just boom. I did it with my hand because I've been doing it many years. But yeah, like I said, practice, get better. But you do whatever is easiest for you. 1 hand, 2 hand, whatever. Grab fork. This is a little more old school technique. Do a little pop. Just like that. So now, this is the most important part you're gonna do. You're just gonna pour eggs right in here. So what we have here is the 2 eggs. This in there, the heat's on. Next is the butter. Any kind of butter you want. You can use that fake butter too. Because no, Jermel likes that fake butter. No. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here. Take the butter out. Take it. Cut it about here. Always. It's nice room temperature butter, so that's a good sign. So we have 4 lucas. So this is about 2 tablespoons of butter we're gonna add. So we're just gonna throw this right in here. We're not gonna season it. That's one thing we're not gonna do. We are definitely not gonna season it right about, because you know you're gonna lose the flavor's not all gonna be there right away. So next thing we're gonna do, get this on here. You want? We're just gonna mix it. Like this. What's this? Nice and mixed. And you're gonna be going on and off the heat. Cause you do it here, it's just kind of gonna make like a frittata. We're not making a frittata. We're gonna make the best scrambled eggs you ever eat in your life. So you're just mixing into it, it's nice and blend. They see you're starting to come together. And you know, like I said, it's all about key control here. And soon the butter starts to melt. Because when you feel this is starting to get nice and hot, you can pull away. Because it's still pretty cold. Or just let this come together. Like this. And you see the butter's already starting to melt. Now we're gonna pull off. If you look, see? It's already melting. And then, as this is going, and it's thickening. It looks like it's thickening, but, you know. Yeah. Pull off the heat. Oh, look at that. Alright, it already looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. Alright. As this is going, we're gonna start toasting the bread. Excuse me, sir. Put that on, because you don't want because you do it too fast, it's not gonna come together properly. Because you see it, it's starting to, it's gonna look like caviar in a way. Let's see here. On and off. On and off the heat. On and off. And like I said, you're still not gonna season anything yet. You can season at the end. So let's get, as this is going, let's get this on. Get a nice medium heat here. And then do about tablespoon and a half. Just throw it right in here. We're gonna toast up that bread. Get real nice and crispy, golden brown, buttery. You know it's gonna be good then. So at the same time, as this is going, and this is still going, we're gonna season up the beef. So you know, it's all up to you. Me, I always go heavy on my seasoned beef because because it's thin, you don't need out too much seasoning. So we're just gonna. This is about. We're gonna do about a teaspoon and a half. A little bit. You don't want to add too much pepper because you know you don't need to be spicy. It's not spicy beef. Always clean your hands, of course, you know, safety first. Safety is one of the most important things. Now, let's get back here. You could do, if you want, you could twist the bread ahead of time, you know. You don't have to do too many things at one time. It's up to you. It's all up to you. Let's get this back on here. Just a little bit. A little bit. This here, it's got, you know it's gonna be good when there's butter in the pan. It is a little bit of a longer process doing the scrambled eggs of this, just because of the technique. And as you see here, let's wrap our bread. Just put it right in there. Get real nice. Because you look, see it's starting to turn like a little bit like a scramble, but it's different. It's getting there. It's not quite ready. Get back on heat. And you could cut it with a little bit of cream, milk. We're just gonna keep it simple today. I'm not gonna add any more cream. I like to add creme fraiche to it, which is just a fermented process of cream and buttermilk, which we will show in a later upcoming episodes. So look at that, it's getting there. It's still a little, but it's almost ready. See, it kind of looks like it's like a little bit like caviar in a way. Nice, like a nice small caviar. Look at that. See, it's nice and buttery there. Yeah, this is about ready. Look at that. Look at that. Now, let's season this up a little bit. You do at the end, just a hand of salt. That's maybe like a half a teaspoon of salt. And it's about half a teaspoon of pepper. Like I say, you don't need to add much. If Jermel was here, I'm sure he would eat this. Nah, no, I'm just kidding. Alright, so the eggs are pretty much set now. Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So the eggs are pretty much set now. Look at that. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's gonna have a nice butter flavor. Pour that aside. You could do this with, I'm a little bit crazy, so I'm gonna use my hands. Look at that. Just lower that heat a little bit though, because you don't want it to burn. That's how you know it's gonna be good. And then so pretty much what we're gonna do after the bread's toasted, we're gonna get that beef on there. And as you see, the butter is browning. You know, that's how you know butter. You got some good butter. Brown butter is always better. This is gonna be some butterly, delicious bread. So you don't want the bread to burn. Look at that. That looks good. That looks yummy. That looks nicey nice. Now, let's get that pan real nice and hot though. Let's get that. Ooh, hear that? Always lean the beef away from you, because they ain't but oil or fat, because you don't want this to back at you. And they're important, you don't want to overstuff your pan every time you do something. The reason why you don't want to do something like that is because it spots out, you can burn yourself and it can be very painful. Safe way is always the better way. And here, sorry, oh yeah, it's already almost done. Got nice and hot. And then alright, welcome back. And now look at that. The beefs are ready to be flipped. Oh man. Always use tongs. My hands I don't have much feeling in my hands anymore. So as soon as you flip it, just cut it just like that. And now we're stuck on the plating process, okay? So, your 2 pieces of toast, just like this. Okay. And that's going. So this is going to be the vegetarian one, that everyone's not going to be a vegetarian. Give you guys a little bit of everything. Oh my goodness. First time when I let Jermel back in, he could taste if he wants to. Like, look how beautiful that is. Alright, now we got the beef, right? Never, something you should always do, anything that's hot, you never put it on top of your cutting board, because that could stain the ring or cutting board. Let's put it top. So the reason why I cut the heat for when I did this is because you don't want, no one wants a dry piece of meat. A little bit of red is always better. Alright, so take this, lay it right here. I like I love steak, so I'm gonna put a lot on mine. You know, so you got nice buttery toasted bread. You got your steak. Now, this is the good part. This is where the magic happens. And what I say, the money shot. Now, we're gonna add our eggs. It looks like it's caviar. Little mini egg caviar. That's what I'm calling it. Mini egg caviar. Alright, just gently do it right here. Something we didn't do today, that we're gonna do in future episodes, is how to make a hollandaise. A little bit of hollandaise will go a long way. So take that right there. Just drizzle a little bit of hollandaise, Maldon salt, and just a little bit of fresh green, like fresh chive or tarragon on there. Game over. And that's what you call it. Ugly delicious is what I call it. So what I have here is my version of a bacon, egg, and cheese, but it's not a bacon, egg, and cheese. It says, yeah, sourdough toast, local beef, they are nicely seared with our slow scramble. And there we have it, how to make our oven-faced sandwich.
We have chickens at our house, so we always get fresh eggs. We share them with our friends and neighbors, and it's can't beat fresh eggs, but I hope you all get to enjoy them too.